Welcome back, it's Jules Eats Cats, and today we'll be reading some Reddit stories, mainly from the r/confessions thread. So, just a quick disclaimer. This video contains mature themes, strong language, and a discussion of disturbing real-life experiences intended for mature audiences. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. I'll be playing on my forever world and reading these to you guys while you relax and do whatever. And we'll be mining out 2 geodes today. Oh, there's a blue jay. That's so cute. That's so cute. I'm gonna catch one of these soon. Okay, we're gonna be mining out 2 geodes and reading these confessions. So let's just get into the hole. I built a little trail that connects basically like a little underground road that connects the 2 geodes for easy access. So we're gonna go ahead and just start going at it. And I love my forever world. I'm just gonna keep working on little projects and read you guys these stories and see how I like this format. This format was inspired by Baby Jamie 1. So I'm going to tag his channel in the description because he gets the credit for this idea, basically. So now that we are in our little Amethyst Geode hole, we are going to start mining and read the first confession. Okay, let's get to it. Okay, guys, the first confession is titled, "My mother-in-law is currently giving me the silent treatment because I won't share a family recipe that is actually expensive takeout. I'll die if I don't share this. 3 years ago, I was supposed to cook for my wife's birthday and I completely torched the main dish. In total panic, I drove to this Italian deli 2 towns over. I brought 2 massive trays of lasagna, scraped the cheese on top so it looked messy/homemade, and hid the foil containers in the outside trash. It was a hit." Like they wouldn't shut up about it. The best thing they ever ate. Now, I'm the lasagna guy. Every birthday, every holiday, I have to drive 40 minutes, smuggle this stuff into the house in a gym bag, and transfer it to my own Pyrex dishes while my wife is in the shower. My issue is, my mother-in-law asked for the recipe last week for her church potluck. I didn't know what to do, so I told her I promised my late grandmother on her deathbed that I wouldn't write it down. She called me selfish and is actually pissed off at me. I feel like a total fraud, but I can't tell her the secret ingredient is an $80 and a guy named Sal. A top commenter said, "Give her a random lasagna recipe and express disappointment when it never turns out the same." And I think that's a very good advice. But to be fair, I think the mother-in-law is pretty out of order. Because, like, we know that's a lie. But she doesn't know that's a lie. So she should just respect the late grandmother's wishes, you know? The deathbed wish. That's just my opinion. Okay, let's move to the next confession. Oh, this one is the wholesome one, guys. "Everyone in my family believes my grandfather is in heaven because of a reed diffuser that I owned. Basically, in my culture, it's believed that if a room of the deceased smells good whilst they're in it, they have made it to heaven. My grandfather was on hospice and was brought home to pass away peacefully. I had been staying with my grandma during this time to support her. I had some of my things in one of the rooms and I thought it would be nice to put the reed diffuser in the cupboard of his room so it would smell nice but not overwhelming. I also didn't know of this belief at the time as I was only around 15. My grandfather passed one night and we called the family over to see him/say goodbye before he was taken to the funeral home in the morning. Everyone kept commenting about the sweet smell and how that is such a positive sign that he is in heaven. They were hyper fixated on it. It's been 15 years now, and they still talk about the smell when he is brought up, saying how it was a sign of his purity and his pathway to heaven. It actually brings them so much peace it makes me happy, but I made damn sure to throw away that diffuser so no one will ever find out. Side note, he was a good man, and I hope he's in a better place now." Aww, that's so cute. I'm actually... I can't. That was sweet. I'm gonna bring more cute, wholesome stories to these videos. Okay, let's move on to the next one. And I think it's very sweet that you didn't tell anyone. Just let them think it's, you know, brings them peace and all that. It's very sweet. Okay, this one is a little bit more dark, so please, viewer discretion is advised and all that. So, title. I didn't follow through with a suicide pact. I haven't told anybody this. We were in junior high, both mentally ill, probably 13 or 14. One day we came up with a great idea to get us through life. We agreed that if one of us took our own life, the other would as well. February 2024, I received the news that he had killed himself. We haven't spoken much during this time. We were in high school, but we messaged more and more in the months prior to his I don't even know if he still remembers that he made this deal with me, but I do. I think about this and him all the time. I'm 18 now, in university to get a career I'm passionate about, and have had an amazing girlfriend for a year this month. So their anniversary is this month. She doesn't know about any of this, including him. I like living. I won't do anything, but I can't help but feel this guilt inside me about this and couldn't keep this to myself anymore. Oh man, that's some really sad shit. That's some real life, real sad shit. But you know, you can't feel guilty about it. And I bet he would want you to live a happy life if he was here. It's really nice to hear that he's found something to live for. I'm happy about that. Okay, next story is even darker. Sorry about that. But let's go. Okay, so title is, I genuinely think my brother has to die. I don't think there's any other option. Ooh, crazy. Okay, he's 32, severely autistic, schizophrenic, and bipolar and psychotic. In brackets says, I know. Oh my god. Okay. My parents are immigrants who don't understand anything about mental illness and were in denial for years. After all of his violence and terror in my house growing up, I finally escaped, but it's like he's still here and has gotten help after assaulting multiple minors and women around him and having to beat his criminal case. But now after getting medicated, he just eats and walks around like a zombie attached to the hip by my mom, his caretaker. He's now well over 350 pounds and still kicking, but like a husk of himself, thankfully. The only problem is that my family genuinely has no plan for him, literally nothing. My mum is convinced she will marry him off by offering some woman money as an exchange to be his caretaker, but she knows damn well that that's not gonna work. No one wants to take care of his big ass, and I just know my mum will try and guilt me and my siblings into it, and we will all say no. He is so cooked, and we all know it. It's like watching a train crash in slow motion. Due to his schizophrenia and criminal record, no facility in our area wants to take him, and he is as fussy as a 5-year-old. It will be a mission impossible to convince him since my mom can't stop spoiling him and defending all of his actions. I cry and cry about this, yet I feel such apathy and just think it would be best if he just died. I really think sometimes if he just died, I wouldn't be so fucked up, and honestly I think I'd feel a wave of relief. He's a genuine menace and a burden to us and society. Eesh, eesh, eesh. That's all I gotta say is eesh. You guys can make your own thing in the comments, but eesh. You know what I'm saying? The top comment says, seems to be like he will become a ward of the state. You are not responsible for him. Highly advise you to stay away from your own safety. I agree with that. There we go. I don't really need to make my own thing because he put it perfectly. Okay, this one is gonna be a bit more positive and is also about a brother, so let's go. My brother went from killing animals to being a kindergarten graduate. My brother is 6 years old. I am 28. To make things as simple as possible, my parents suck. Like, they really suck. Last January, I had just started my last semester of nursing school. One day I was walking out to my truck to go to class. My DSS is in the driveway. They tell me that my brother is going into foster care tomorrow and I'm the only option left, so they wanted to ask me before they proceeded. I didn't even know my brother had been taken or anything that had been going on. Again, my parents suck. I had blocked them and shut off all contact for a while. Apparently 2 months prior, my brother's mum had another baby that was born in withdrawal from meth, benzos, and Suboxone. My dad also failed for meth and benzos. Unfortunately, the baby died. My brother was also removed that day. He had went to another family member initially, but she could not handle him, and there was no other family members that could pass the drug test except me. Damn, that's rough. I decided to take him. They warned me. He's violent. His behaviors are horrible. He has killed animals. I took him in. Anyway, I hadn't saw my brother much in the last couple of years, but I decided to give it a shot. It was a nightmare. He was 5 and had been expelled from kindergarten twice. I tried to enroll him in kindergarten at a different school, but he couldn't function a day without hitting, cussing, destroying classrooms, throwing stuff. One day his kindergarten teacher had to evacuate the classroom because he was destroying it. I had to put him in a school for children who can't function in public school. He went there for 9 months. He hit me, kicked me, spit on me, screamed at me, actively defied me, and laughed about it. I had to re-potty train him. He'd been having accidents prior to coming to me. I filed an investigation for sexual assault, which I 100% know he was, but no evidence, blah blah. So I started him in therapy. He has ODD, ADHD, RAD, and PTSD. I had to leave class every day to pick him up. I was scared I was going to fail, but somehow I didn't. I got a job in the emergency department and had to leave a lot to pick him up. Scared I was going to get fired, but I didn't. I tried everything. I cried and prayed more than I ever have. I read 100 different parenting books. I went to therapy for myself because it was so much, and I felt like my 2 children weren't getting any of the attention they deserved because what little I had to pour, I poured into him. I started going into therapy with him weekly. One day I went to the courthouse to relinquish my custodial rights. I just couldn't take it anymore. 2 days later, I took it back and kept telling myself, don't give up. Be who you needed. Oh man, be who you needed? That's so sad, man. My brother hadn't had any accidents in a year. He hasn't harmed any animals. He had to repeat kindergarten, but he has repeated it in public school. I haven't had to pick him up in over 6 months. He can now count to 100 when before he couldn't even recognize the numbers between 1 and 10. He can read when before he couldn't even recognize any letters of the alphabet. He says please and thank you and listens when he is told to do something or to stop doing something. He doesn't kick or hit or bite or scream. And just last week, he walked across the stage as a kindergarten graduate. A day I often wondered would even be possible. I believe my brother, my son, is going to grow up and do very big things. I'm glad I didn't give up. I'm glad I could be who I needed. Oh man, that's an amazing story. That's a really good one. Man, we need more stories like this one as well. Next one is a bit deep as well. Okay. I was kidnapped when I was 8 years old and held in captivity for 3 years. 26 female. I was picked up by a stranger from school, posing to be my dad's friend, saying that he would drop me off to the airport to catch a flight with my dad. Not only did I actually have to travel with my dad that day, but this man somehow knew my dad was getting off early from work. He told me that morning, and he'd had to go fishing with his friend. He also did this a lot. He told me that my dad sent him to pick me up and meet him directly at the airport. I believed him, convinced my teachers I knew him because I was excited to go to the airport and left with him. Oh no. I was held in captivity for 3 years. I was R-worded, beaten, starved. 11-year-old me had learned to make him trust me. It started with us going round in his car. Although I had to sit in the back seat and stay quiet the whole time, he let me come into his kitchen and make food for myself. He let me clean his house. The day we went to feed the ducks at the park, I ran. I ran as fast as my weak legs could carry me. Because of the crowd, I think he lost me. I begged a family for help, telling them I was kidnapped and I wanted to go home. I told them my name, my school's name, and my parents' names. Long story short, they caught him. He killed himself. I was back with my dad, my sisters, my dogs, and I'm now happily married to my wife of 4 years, still undergoing therapy, have a good job and a baby on the way. Edit. I am very sorry for the last line. I realize it doesn't end well for most, and I got lucky. But the only way I kept going was telling myself I'm going to escape and then I'm going to get better. I'm going to love myself again. I'm going to get past my trauma. Since this worked for me, I assume saying it will end well would work for other people too. Of course it wasn't, right though. Man, that is very dark. Another Redditor said, my mom set up a password with me that only she knew. She said if there was ever an emergency, she needed to send someone to pick me up, she would tell them the password. Woman approached me after school one day and said my mom sent her to pick me up. Had my mom's name and everything, but she didn't know the password. So I didn't go with her. I ended up going to a friend's whose parents called my mom. Turns out my mom did send her, but forgot to tell her the password. Good intentions, but she was proud of me for remembering. That's a very good way of keeping your kid kind of safe. I'm gonna do that. If I ever have a kid, I'm gonna doing that, man. Okay, this one just made it because it's hilarious and it's hilariously petty, and I love it. So it says, I ghosted my long-term boyfriend. Long-term, okay. Got into an argument which led to him to say, I could care less about you. If you died tomorrow, I wouldn't go to your funeral. I didn't say anything back. I just never spoke to him again. He tried to contact me several times since, but I want those to be the last words he's ever said to me. Bitch ass bitch. So petty. I love it. I'm here for it. Personally. Next confession is the doctor smirked at my junk. Okay, so my balls have been hurting for a few days now. I'll just be blunt. I thought it was just a minor thing and it would go away after a while, but it hasn't stopped for about a week. I did self-check and didn't feel any lumps or anything, so I decided to see my doctor. My primary doctor is a female and has always been for years now. When I described to her what the issue was, she offered to take a look. I was actually kind of surprised, so I asked, is this something you have to refer me to a specialist for? She explained that she just wants to check it out first to see if it's even something I should be concerned with. Trusting her, I pulled down my pants and showed her, but I instantly saw her smile slightly and smirk. Oh my, I heard her quickly say, as I'll be honest, I'm not very blessed and it was quite cold in her exam room. She put on some gloves and felt my balls and said she doesn't feel anything wrong but suspects it's nerve pain. So she gave me some pain medication and instructed me to call her if the pain continues or gets worse. However, it felt weird thinking back on it, mainly because she was secretly laughing at the size of my penis. I'll be honest, it's been a long time since I've had sex and actually showed it to another woman, but that doctor's visit left me feeling a bit less confident now. Someone says, I highly doubt she had any opinion on your penis size at all. Doctors are completely desensitized to things like that. Honestly, wouldn't give it a second thought. I agree. That's probably, yeah, but she just went weird about it. I guess some people's bedside manner's not all there, you know, but it's okay. I bet it's fine, bro. Okay, we're almost done here. Now we're just gonna move on to the next geode for the next video, but first I've got one last story, very short one. I put my divorced parents who hate each other in the same nursing home. Karma is a bitch, mom and dad. Thanks for always putting me at the middle of your drama as a kid. So sad that you two found it amusing to act like children while forcing me into being the adult. Well, now the tables have turned. You're both old and in need of someone to take care of you. Obviously wasn't going to be me. Hope you two enjoy seeing each other for the rest of your miserable lives and you can figure it out. Waiting to get the phone call of, did you know your mother/father is in the same nursing home? I'm gonna sit back now and enjoy my cold one. That guy is actually savage. I cannot even. That's crazy. I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that. That is just too savage and petty. Wow. We are in the second geode, but we're going to leave this for the next video. And I hope you enjoyed these Reddit stories. Let me know if you have any Reddit story suggestions, topics, or personal stories. You can message me and DM me on Instagram and Twitch and Jules Eats Cats. And I'll see you in the next one.